Welcome back to another video, man. So I just came across a very interesting topic, and that was concerning hip-hop, the state of hip-hop music in the world right now, and the influence that it has on the world. So it's a guy by the name of D1. He's a rapper from New Orleans, but I think he does a lot of different things. He's like a rapper, motivational speaker. I seen he got like a little book or whatever, and I thought that was real dope. And I'm just looking at, the message in which he's walking in. So, one of the biggest things that drew me to Charleston White was at the beginning, and I'm not saying that he's not now, but I'm just saying at the beginning of me understanding who Charleston White was in a lot of ways, I was taken back by a lot of the problems within the black community that he addressed, in terms of like the rappers, in terms of like the pedophilia that goes on in these communities, where you got the so-called big homie who 20-some years old talking to 14-year-old, 15-year-old girls, you know what I mean? When you got the so-called big homie is the one that the little homie looking up to, and the big homie is only 2 years older than the little homie. So it's almost like you got a child following a child, opposed to it being, anything like that actually is substantial and helping develop. You got two undeveloped brains to a degree in a lot of ways, following each other. One is the leader and one is the follower. So that's what creates a lot of the dysfunction in the black community. So the guy D1, and he was just talking about, they asked him, because he's a rapper, by the way, and they was asking him about, what is his biggest problem with hip hop? And he was like, his biggest problem is the glorification of it, and not the glorification of hip hop, but the glorification of murder within hip hop. He was like, it's a big difference between glorification and it's a big difference between storytelling. So if you ask me, right, I'm 28 years old. I grew up, obviously Pac was, a little bit before my time, but I got hip to Pac at an early age, but then I'm from Louisiana as well, so I also grew up on Trill Fam, Boosie, Webby, all them, whatever the case may be. So listening to Pac, and a lot of Pac music is almost like storytelling. If you listen to the song Ghost, he was like, let me take you through a ghetto dude's lullaby. And he was just talking about the things that you would see in these environments, right? That's narration, storytelling. But when you listen to a lot of these guys, more so specifically the newer generation, let's say NBA Youngboy, all his music is all glorification, because what is this? It's bragging about murder. It's saying, oh, I got a shirt, I got a hat, all that. That's all this new style music is. Glorification of murder, the glorification of drug dealing, and then improper sex dealings when it comes to the women. Like, I've been very vocal with people about how I feel about Sexy Red, how I feel about Megan Thee Stallion, how I feel about Cardi B, how I feel about all these female rappers, because I think that, and here's the thing too, I will say this, in a lot of ways rap has done a lot for a lot of people in terms of allowing them to be able to take themselves from the situation that they was in and put themselves in a much better situation for themselves and their family, So I can't sit there and try to discredit, rap. A lot of sayings that I have throughout my life, I got from rap music. Like I was just listening to it. It's like today I had a situation where me and my girl, we was going through something. I'm not quite sure if we're in a relationship or not still, but I shed tears at the time. And I'm listening to Tupac, the song Smile, and Pac was like, though life is hard, we carry on. And that's a line for me, because life is hard, especially for me right now, going through what I'm going through, but that's neither here nor there. For this video, we're talking about this, but there's good that come from it, but I think that it's way more negative that come from it. Like he talked about the dynamics of, for every good is the bad outweighs the good. So within rap music, you got a lot of rappers who glorify murder, killing, sex, drugs, whatever the case may be. But then you got some that's like him that wants to pin a light on unity and pin a light on the education through music. Like I heard in a Nipsey Hussle interview with the Breakfast Club. And they were saying that, and he said in that interview, he was like that, he was talking about the state of rap, of where it's at now. He was like, when they grew up, he was like, you could grow up without having a father figure or that male presence in your house, and you can listen to Jay-Z lyrics or Tupac lyrics, and you can almost become a solid individual just off those lyrics alone. Because like I said, that's another lyric right there. Like, though life is hard, we carry on. You know what I mean? Like, life is going to test you. Life is going to throw bull crap at you. So it is educational through it. But then you listen to songs like, I heard Charleston White make references to, the Master P song, teach you how to cook dope. You got young boy songs teaching you how to rob and, you know, kick the dough in type stuff. So, you know, it's a very slippery slope when we get to that. But I would say if you look at the state of rap music in today's world, I do think that it's very influential. And I'm not gonna say that NBA Youngboy. I'm not gonna say that who else? Fredo Bang. You know, all these rappers that, you know, they got real gritty lyrics. Lil Durk. I'm not gonna say that they are the problem for the world, because at the end of the day, you have to think. You have to be able to think. You have to be able to process, and you have to be able to listen to what you're listening to, but filter that out of your soul to where you don't walk in that spirit. And I know for the youth, it's very difficult to do that. And what I mean by that is like this, right? Nobody can say that, okay, I went and I killed my ops, and I done that just because of Youngboy. Now, I might have been riding, listening to Youngboy, getting high, smoking, drinking, doing whatever I'm finna do for him, finna go slide or whatever, but I can't sit there and say that Youngboy made me do that, because Youngboy didn't give me the gun. Youngboy didn't put the bullets in the gun for me. Youngboy didn't take the steps necessary to go out and run into my ops. That was all me. But this music influenced it, just hearing this, because like with me, I'm a 28-year-old man trying to figure out this thing that we call life, like the most of us, right? I don't want no problems with nobody. I'm not looking for no problems with nobody, man. I want to be able to live a peaceful life and try to push forward and obtain the things that I want and I like, and educate if I can, and be educated even more than what I am, right? Now, when I found myself, when I went through my phase of just listening to a lot of NBA Youngboy, I started to walk around with that, you know, chip on my shoulder to, well, man, if somebody say something to me off the wall, I'm going to spaz out, or I'm going to crash out, or I'm going to flash out, or I'm going to get, you know, like, it's just all negative. When it's just like, bro, if somebody do something to me like that, as long as they're not putting their hands on me, and as long as my life isn't threatened, man, I'm just gonna walk on, be blessed, man. You have a nice day, and whatever you're going through, man, I hope you overcome it. But I'm not gonna allow that. I'm not gonna allow what you got going on to alter my life in a very bad way, in terms of doing something that I will regret later on down the line, you know. But you walk around with that, and that's all you hear. If you go ask the average kid. If you say, man, let me see your phone, you look at their playlist, I guarantee that's all you're going to see in there. Youngboy, Dirt, and then, like I said, it's more than just those guys, too. Right now, I can't just think of a lot of them right now because, you know, I'm in front of the camera, but it's more than just those guys, man. It's a lot of them. And then for the ones that's not necessarily glorifying murder, they're glorifying the drug use. You look at how many rappers have we lost in recent years to overdoses. The first ones that come to my mind are the ones recently, Rich Homie Quan, Big Scar, Enchanting, the chick that was signed to 1017. Man, I'm pretty sure the list can go on because you got other guys that wasn't as mainstream as these cats that's probably done the same thing. Your local rapper who's trying to get to that point and who has a promising future, but because of his drug habits, it ended, you know, abruptly. You know, so it's not just murder, it's that, and then it's also improper, you know, sex. You know, getting high, getting drunk, and having sex and sleeping around and having 1,001 freaking kids. But it's like, it shows you, the rap music shows you how to get high. It shows you how to have improper sex, and it shows you how to be a horrible father. It doesn't teach you how to be a man and man up. And when that chick calls and say, hey, I'm pregnant, okay, cool. You know what? We both was consensual with this, and I got just as much responsibility in this as you do. So now let me do the steps necessary to be there for you. Not be there for you, but be there for you in terms of the woman, but also be there for my kids. Let me find out. Let me go talk to this person, and let me go talk to this person and say, man, how do you do it? I'm scared. Like, the music isn't teaching you that. It's teaching you all the bad habits. Like with the music. When the music talk about murder, how much of the music actually talk about jail? How much of the music actually talk about if you're in Louisiana and you kill somebody, you're going to jail for life? If you're in Louisiana and you try to kill somebody and you don't, and you get an attempted murder, you're still going to jail for life. How much of the music talk about life in Angola? How much of the music talk about life in San Quentin? How much of the music talk about life in Pelican Bay? The music will tell you all these things. It makes you feel like, oh, I'm a soldier if I go out there and kill somebody. And you might have a little fame within your hood or within your circle for the time being, but how many of them that's done that are reaching back and saying, hey, man, all my homeboys that was riding with me before I went in, them boys ain't sent me they ain't came to visit me. They ain't sent me no letters, no stamps. They ain't put no money on my books. They ain't done none of that for me. They ain't took care of my son. They they ain't go give, you know, my mama this to help her get this. They ain't done none of that. If anything, one of them I know for sure sleeping with my old lady. You see what I'm saying? Like, but the music, it just only shows one side of things. So the thing about hip hop is, I think that, it's not just hip hop. And I will say this, the thing is this, right? And this comes with anything in life, not just hip hop. It comes down to the what's the word? How do I want to put this, man? How do I want to put this? It comes with the pedestalizing of humans. And what I mean by that, D1 made a statement, and he was saying that we got to stop looking at some of these guys or these people in the world that's in these positions that we admire in terms of an athlete or in terms of or actor or a rapper. And we got to stop looking at them like they're legends and like they're God and what they say is law. Like he said, so, you know, he was like from his city in New Orleans. He was like, you got guys that's known for who sold a lot of records. You know, box office wise, they are legends, you know, if you're going based off the numbers. But he's like, but outside of that, what did you represent? When I listen to your music, what do I get from your music? Do I get an educational brother, or do I get a misguided brother from your music, from your lyrics? And that's what we have to be able to decipher and say, okay, this guy right here, musically, you know, I can't take nothing from him. He's able to, you know, his rhyme cadence and putting things together with a lyric with beats and putting lyrics on there, he's bar none with that. But when it comes to the message that's within the music, it's no substance. It's dry. It's dead. It's plain. It's plain. It don't got no salt, no pepper, no nothing. It's just dry. It's plain. It's nothing of substance that comes from that. So that's what we have to start judging these people off of. And if we say, okay, like the guy that I have on my necklace right here, Nipsey Hussle, right? Nipsey was murdered in what I believe 2019. And the reason why I represent Nipsey like this, I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't heard every music, all of Nipsey Hussle's music. Victory Lap, I listened to that album maybe 2 or 3. I ain't gonna say more than that, man. It's a lot of times I have. But the thing was that he was able to shape my form, my way of thinking in ways. And that was what was impactful for me. It wasn't the music. It wasn't that. It was what he was speaking about, you know, in terms of him actually being somebody who's putting resources into his community. You know, somebody who you can see the content of the lyrics for the most part go from when it was early on, the bullets don't have no names, up until Victory Lap, where he's talking about things that he's accumulated. But then he's also still narrating and telling stories of things that he witnessed within the environment. You know, because obviously he's not actively out there no more, so he can't be rapping as if he's an active gangbanger or if he's an active street dude. But he's rapping about the experiences that he's seen, and that he's talking to his little homie telling him, man, this is what happened, and he's narrating it through that. But it's one of the situations like this, right? I'm big on morals, principles, respect, all those things. Those are things of value and of substance. So when you violate those things in terms of my dealings with you, I almost don't want no association with you. So let's just say, if you are a guy that I know, you could be my uncle, my cousin, my brother, whoever, and I know that you got kids, and I know that you ain't in your kids' life, and I know that the same thing that you're doing to your kids was the same thing that you went through, and that you're conscious of it, and you choose to not alter the situation. You choose to not better it at all. You choose to only make it worse because you are doing what was done to you. So for me, as a man, it's hard for me to look at you eye to eye and say, as a man, I respect you. And if I don't respect you as a man in a lot of ways, I really want no dealings with you, because to me, if I look at a guy and I say I don't respect you as a man, I feel like you're a guy that's capable of doing anything. I feel like you're a guy who will stab me in my back. You're a guy who will try to sleep with my wife. You're a guy who will probably try to sleep with my daughter, even when she's underage. Like, that's how I view you. You're a guy with no morals, and that's a dangerous man to be dealing, a dangerous person. You know, a dangerous male, because he's not a man, because a man is through actions. So Nipsey showed me that, okay, I might not respect you as a man, but if I got to deal with you, one way that we do still have common ground is that you are a human and I'm a human. So from that right there, we can interact to a degree. I might not respect you at all. I might not listen to anything that you say that comes out your mouth in terms of being a good father or whatever, because I know it's bullcrap, because you're not walking in there. But as a human, and the only way that you can lose that value from me, human to human, is when you do things like molest a kid, things that's done to kids who have no control over their situation. That's when I dehumanize you, and I want absolutely nothing to do with you, and I don't care what happens to you. But other than that, as long as you don't cross those boundaries, as a human, I'm respectful. I can deal with you to a degree. I tolerate you. And that's how I deal with lazy people at my job. I might not respect you as a man, as a woman, because you're lazy, right? I might not respect you, but I can deal with you because you are a human. You haven't violated my view, the way I look at you in terms of a human to a human. You know what I mean? So it gives you that common ground. So there is good that comes from it. But I think that if you're not conscious enough, and he said something else too, and I know I kind of jumping around, man, and it's just like I just found this guy. I've just been looking at it, and I've just been really intrigued with what he was saying. But he was saying that a lot of people that live in this world, more so with the black community, they feel the same way that he feels. They feel the same way that a Charleston White feels. But they have become so conditioned to the bull crap that it's almost like they're just okay with it. So they know that this morally isn't right. They know that this morally isn't okay. Spiritually, on every aspect, it's not okay. But you have become so conditioned with it to where you're willing to overlook it, and you know the detriment that comes from behind it. You know what I mean? So I just kind of wanted to kind of briefly touch on that, man. I know I haven't put no video out in a while. I've been a lot more focused on my sports channel, but just kind of recent situations that I've been going through kind of been directing me and guiding me back to here. So I got to get back more consistent with this. So, man, you know, I just decided, seeing that, I want to kind of come on here and talk to you guys about that and get you guys' opinions. I know you guys love whenever I do address problems in the black community. I've made videos talking about problems with black women in the black community, and I've made videos talking about black men. So don't look at it as if, oh, he's attacking women at all. Because one of the things about it, I'm very accountable, self-accountable. So I don't mind telling y'all that I'm not all the way okay. I don't mind telling y'all that I'm not the most perfect man in the world. I don't mind telling the world that if this is a million people watching this, that I'm flawed in a lot of different ways. I don't mind telling people that. Now, I'm working and trying to better myself, but I don't mind telling people that I'm not perfect. I don't mind telling people, you know, that my life isn't perfect. I don't mind telling people that sometimes, man, I don't know whether I want to be here or not. I don't mind telling people that, man, I don't know if I actually believe what I'm doing is obtainable. I don't mind telling people that, you know. So I think that that's what's gonna carry me over, because it's genuine, it's not fake, it's not fraud, it's not fraudulent. You know, I want to come here and bring the purest form of a human to the internet. No editing, no filter, no nothing, and just give you the man and what I'm going through and what I know other people are going through, and try to uplift, educate, and also be educated on, you know, life as it unfolds in front of us, man, because that's what it's all about. You know, it's all about, you know, trying to educate yourself, but then also trying to help others in the ways that you can help, if they want to be helped. That's the main thing, you know. So I know I've been a little long-winded with this video, man. I kind of am glad. I ain't gonna say kind of, I am glad to be back on this channel, man. I do look forward to coming to y'all with some more stuff in terms of not just black community, but the world as well. But as of right now, because I feel that my people deserve, my people need, it's urgent that they must be reached, you know, because I think that it's very pivotal or imperative that we get on the right page, because if not, I just see no good coming from it in the future. But if you guys did enjoy this video, man, do me a big favor, man, smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you did enjoy this video, man, make sure you subscribe. When you subscribe, click that post notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload. I can't lie to y'all in this outro, like I say, accountability, and say that I upload every day, so you don't want to miss an upload. But I'm trying to get back to upload every day, so when I do upload, y'all don't miss an upload. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out to stay. Peace.